There are 3 steps to great performance. They are to develop efficient processes, incent productive people, and to provide product and service alignment with your clients. And I've spent a lot of time just trying to boil all this down. These aren't the terms we used in my firm, but trying to get this to something really simple, because simple is super important for things like this. Lawyers, they don't want to have a complicated management system. They don't want to have 25 different metrics. They want to have something simple that produces results. Okay, so Dalton and Finch has done a lot over the last 18 months, and they come to the end of that. So let's see how they did. So when we look at process, they were able to increase their realization from 82% to 87%. So that is the amount of work that was done that was actually billed. And that's a measure of improved billing processes, and something that our clients experience frequently when they upgrade their manual billing processes. Their collections increased from 89% to 95% because they increased their use of retainers and also just had better follow-up on the billings. Their timekeeping and invoicing administrative time was reduced by 20 hours a month. Less paper, less manual work by the admins and the lawyers. Document support time. Now I had net documents that made it a lot easier to find and work with the documents that they had. Saves 20 hours a month, just 1 hour per lawyer per month. Those seem like small incremental things, but the profit per lawyer, and I ran all the numbers on this, if you want to see those, increased by $61,000. And the firm profit increased by $740,000. And the cool thing is that all those process improvements they just put in place, as they do additional improvements on their utilization and on their realization, those things increase more or less automatically as you go along, because you don't need a lot of extra work in order to get those improvements. And as a bonus, their invoices were sent within 3 days of month end, which increased their cash flow by $440,000. So the timeline was about 12 months to roll that out. The investment is about $75,000 total, and the break even was less than 2 months. Pretty great return on this. So that's process. The people outcomes. So Maya has now been promoted to partner, and this lit a spark for her. She's now trending to $1 million practice in the firm, and she's their superstar. She's the kind of person that you build the best-in-class firm around. You don't need everybody to be a Maya, but you need a number of them who are going to take that incentive and run with it. So on the people side, they spent 12 months rolling those things out because there's a lot of expectations to change. Cost about $75,000 in both time and in some consulting cash to make that work. Break even less than 6 months. And now let's look at the product side of things. So at the end of the 18-month period, they now have 30% of their revenue from fixed fees or subscriptions. Their utilization has increased from 55 to 60%. The realization increased from 87 to 92, and both of those are the result of those new fixed fee products that they adopted that were a really good match for their client set. And their clients were happier. Their net promoter score, which is a measure of client satisfaction, is up 40 points, which is a lot. So in 6 months, about $100,000 invested in this because they had to redo their website. There was some consulting for the design thinking, about $100,000. But they got that back in less than 4 months. So there are some expenses to this, and you can do some of this DIY, but the investments paid off big time for this firm.